Hey everybody, welcome back to the second edition of Cooking in the Acenet Kitchen with Adam. Today we have a very special edition of cooking. As usual, I want to show you guys a thing or two that hopefully you can use at home, but something that you can also apply in a commercial aspect because we are, after all, a commercial kitchen. Now the reason today's episode is very special is we're working in collaboration with a couple local Athens organizations. As you can see here, we have a beautiful crate of produce from CFI, their donation station. That's what this is going towards. And the produce itself is coming from the Chester Hill Produce Auction. If you missed the auction this year, or if you didn't have a chance to go to it, it did just end recently. But fear not, the Athens Farmers Market has a lot of the same great produce that you'd find there. So don't wait up, make your way out there. And once the produce auction starts back up, make sure to make a trip because you'll get a crate of awesome produce for way less than you would expect, okay? All right, so let's see what we got. In our crate today, we have three different things. We have some beautiful cauliflower, we got some apples, and we got potatoes. Now you might be asking, what am I gonna do with apples, potatoes, cauliflower? I'm not going to combine those, not today at least. Today we're going to talk about a fairly old school preservation method, flavor preserving, color preserving method. We're going to blanch this produce, we're going to vacuum seal it, and we're going to freeze it. So not only are you going to learn how blanching works, but you're also going to see some of the cool equipment that we have here at Acenet that could take your produce to the next level. So that you can use it all year round. Okay, so I took each and every item here. Make sure to separate your apples and your potatoes because unless you want to smell them or take a bite, they're kind of hard to tell apart. So I peeled everything as far as the potatoes and apples go. I chopped them up. The potatoes I have in kind of a wedge form. Could be good for like steak fries. Cauliflower, I did a couple different things. I have your standard florets. Then I did a couple cauliflower steaks as well. And then I have the apples here. I sliced them pretty thin. That's going to be great for an apple pie or an apple tart, something like that. And the blanching process is going to help prevent the browning that would normally happen after you cut open an apple. Okay? So blanching is a fairly simple process, but it's also time sensitive. We have our produce. I have my water set to a nice boil, and I have my ice bath. Okay? So the idea is that we are par cooking or blanching the produce very quickly, just to kind of cook it through and to eliminate anything that might impact the color, the flavor of the produce. That's what the cooking process will do very quickly. We're going to go straight into our ice bath. That's going to shock it, and it's going to stop the cooking process immediately. We're going to send it over to our towel-lined tray, and then we're going to go and take it to the vacuum sealer. Okay? But we're going to go right in with our apples. We don't want them in there for very long. Okay, so I'm just going to drop them in. And then really, by the time I get all these in here, I'm probably going to want to take them out, okay? All right, here's our apples, just about done. Just to be safe, we're going to do our trusty, it's called a fork. It's usually got about 3 or 4 prongs on it. And we're going to poke our apples, make sure, yep, nice and soft. Take them out. Go straight into our ice bath. Again, this is going to stop that cooking process, kind of shock the apples. So while those are cooling down, we can go ahead and get our cauliflower in. Cauliflower steaks are awesome. You can marinate them, you can season them, same as you would a steak. And along with, you know, maybe shiitake or portobello mushrooms, that's about as close as you're going to get to that meaty flavor without actually eating meat. So let's get these apples out of here. Over to our tray, spread them out so they have their own area to dry. And these are going to be great for a lot of different purposes. Like I said, I would probably consider a pie. That's the first thing that comes to mind, or a tart. But you can use these. You can make a topping for any dessert. Tasty, fresh. It's like fall. All right. So now we're up close to a boil. I'm going to drop our cauliflower in here. Again, I'm going florets first. They got a little more heft to them than these steaks do. I cut the steaks pretty thin. See a nice cross section there. Let's drop them right in. And then just to make sure we get back up to our boil, I'm actually gonna cover this back up. It's important to remember that we're not cooking these all the way through. One of the key components of blanching is maintaining the color. So if you were to just steam some broccoli or some kale or some asparagus, chances are it would end up losing a little bit of that deep kind of green color. Okay, so our cauliflower's out. Gonna let that soak a little bit. In the meantime, we're gonna go in with our potatoes. I cut these into nice wedges. I think they're gonna make great French fries. Time for another fork test, ladies and gents. And you want it to just kind of go in easily, right? A little bit of force there. See that? It's pushing back a little bit. I don't want it to fall apart by any means. But if I leave it in there for another minute or two, fork test, try 2. All right, I think we're there. Always put more ice in your ice bath than you think you're gonna need. You gotta realize that you're putting very hot things into the ice bath. And what does ice do when you add hot things? It melts. Now, it's time to vacuum seal. So these are the vacuum sealer bags that we have in use here at AceNet. Try to avoid getting stuff right here because that's where we're gonna seal. So I do my best to kind of open it up. Hey, let's go to the vacuum sealer. Okay, so this is our trusty vacuum sealer. It's got an adjustable kind of fill level, I guess you could say. The way you do so is you take these guys in or out. I'm gonna take one out here so we have a little bit of room. And let's start with our apples. So I did my best to try and get kind of an even layer here. I don't want them all kind of pushed down to the bottom, so we get more of an even seal. So all I gotta do is lay it right in. And we just gotta make sure that our open end is completely across the gold bar. So at this stage, we wanna go ahead and turn it on. And what we're gonna see here, what's gonna show us is what the vacuum level is set at. Okay, it goes anywhere from, I believe, 50 to 99. Okay, that's kind of a percent. How much oxygen is it going to actually remove from that package by the time it's vacuum sealed? For this particular application, it's already set at 99. I'm not gonna mess with it. We're gonna take as much air out as we can. So all we do, very simply, is close it. Let the magic happen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Presto changeo. There you go. There you go. All right, so our potatoes look great. Every single one of them has its own kind of even layer. Nice rigidity. Apples, obviously a little more moisture, but still not bad. There's a little extra liquid in there, but they'll keep just fine. As long as you got that seal, we're in good shape. So let's go ahead and roll over to the biggest ticket item here at the AceNet Central Kitchen, the blast chiller. Come on. Okay, so this is the aforementioned blast chiller. Again, a piece of equipment that gets a lot of use here at AceNet. It's going to allow people to rapidly freeze their products, and probably in about a third to a half the time it would take as if you were to just put it into a freezer, roll it into our walk-in freezer. This is going to speed up that process exponentially, okay? So for this case, I have it set at 0 degrees. What's great is that it's big enough where we can roll a whole carton. So if I was doing a large scale production like this, and I had a whole bushel of apples or potatoes or whatever it might be, then I could have filled this whole rack up and just rolled it right in. Let's close the door. All right, check back here in a little while, and we're gonna have a finished frozen, sealed product, ready to be stored away for the winter. Guys, so it's been about 30 minutes. Let's go take a look. We might have a finished product here. Come on. Come on, let's go. All right. Oh yeah. So there we go. Our apples. Cauliflower florets. Cauliflower steaks. And our potatoes, finally. Okay, so these are going to make great, freshly sealed produce whenever we want to open them back up here shortly. I'm getting hungry just thinking about what we're going to do with these, hopefully here in about a week. We can make some steaks, we can make maybe a side dish with the other cauliflower, make some French fries, use these apples, make a pie or a tart or some applesauce maybe. So yeah, thank you guys for checking us out today. Again, blanching, freezing, vacuum sealing, that's everything that goes into it. It's an active kitchen, stuff is happening here all the time, as you can tell. We will check back with you shortly, and we'll turn this all into something real delicious. All right. I want to thank again Chester Hill Produce Auction. I want to thank CFI, the donation station, and I want to thank Rural Action because, I mean, come on, what else will we do without them? They're a great partner, and AceNet's very lucky to collaborate with all those partners. Talk to you guys soon.